Today we're going to be talking about allocated bottles that you can't miss. Let's get into it. Hello everyone, welcome back to Brad's Bourbon Reviews. I'm Brad, and today we're talking about allocated bottles that you cannot miss. Most of these are bourbons. There's only one that is not, so you'll see why when we get to it. But these are bottles that I think you can't miss out on. And I don't necessarily mean that you have to own the bottle. I know allocated bottles are hard for everyone to get. That's why they're allocated bottles. But I think these are bottles that you need to at least try to see if you like them. See if they're worth it for you. See if it's worth the hassle. See if it's worth paying a little bit of money on secondary or paying secondary prices for, just to see. And I always get weirded out talking about allocated bottles because I know how lucky I am to have the collection that I have. I fully acknowledge it. I fully understand that I'm very, very lucky. But I just want to say this, there's always someone who comments who's personally offended at me as if I grabbed the bottle out of their hand. I didn't. I get most of my bottles through drops at Walmart's or the ABC Vault here in Florida. But we have a lot to get into here, so let's go ahead and dive into the first one. That being a heavy hitter here. This is one that everyone talks about. Everyone knows how fantastic it is. This is George T. Stagg. I am breaking no ground telling you that George T. Stagg is a great bourbon, and you probably know that these are very allocated, very hard to find, part of the Buffalo Trace Antique Collection, and there's a reason that these are hard to find. These bottles are absolutely incredible. I have two different batches. I have 2023, 2024. I have not gotten 2025s yet because I just haven't seen it. I don't think they've dropped in our area yet. I haven't seen anybody posting about it. So hopefully in the next few months we'll get BTAC and Pappy for the year. We'll have to see. I don't know. I am nowhere near tuned into the drops like I used to be. So I've been getting lucky just kind of stumbling into a liquor store here and there and just stumbling into luckiness. I don't know. Hopefully I'd like to see it. It's the one from 2025 is a hazmat. Honestly, that doesn't really mean much to me at George T. Stagg because they're already high proof. It's 136 proof. I don't think 4 proof points is going to make it exponentially better. Hazmat's all the rage right now, so people are flipping out about it. But these are fantastic, and if you ever get a chance to try it or get your hands on one, I highly urge you to do so. I think they are fantastic. Even if you're not a huge Buffalo Trace fan, I still think that this is one of these bottles that is just universal. Everyone loves it. Moving on to the next one. I'm going to do these as two together. So this is Jack Daniel's 10-year and Jack Daniel's 12-year. Did not include the 14. I'm waiting to see if the new 14 is pretty good. I have a friend that I'm going to be trading samples with because he's just determined, because I don't like the 14, that I have a bad bottle, which is very possible. I could have a bad bottle, but I'm not a fan of the 14. I'm really hoping that the batch 2 this year is good. We'll have to see. But Jack Daniel's 10 and 12 are some of my favorite bottles. I love these. In my opinion, you can't miss these. This to me is what makes Jack Daniel's Jack Daniel's. These two bottles are incredible. I'll be honest with you. If Jack Daniel's 10 and 12 are available on the shelves and were shelf available bourbons, I honestly don't know if I would still collect bourbon, if I'm being totally honest. It would really take a massive incentive out for me because I love these and I chase these every year. And I'm really looking forward to batch 4 of the 12 and batch 5 of the 10-year this year. And 2 of the 14. I'm going to get it this year. I'm going to find it. If I have to pay secondary prices, I'm going to get it and try it because there's no one on this planet that loves Jack Daniel's more than me. And I really want that 14 to slap this year. So if you have never tried Jack 10, 12, or 14, definitely try them and see what all the fuss is about. If you're looking for a personal recommendation, Jack Daniel's 10-year batch 4 and 10-2 are my favorite, and 12 batch 3 is my favorite of the 12-year. These two bottles were both in my top 10 of the year, and I think Jack Daniel's 10-year batch 4 came in second place, if I remember correctly. So they're great. I love them. Moving on to the next one. All right, another one up here from Buffalo Trace. This is what I think people want Blanton's to be. I've said that before about this bottle, and I'll say it again. This is Rock Hill Farms. I absolutely adore this bottle. This is one of those for me that just absolutely lived up to the hype. I adore this thing. It's Mash Bill 2 from Buffalo Trace. Comes in at 100 proof. I've only ever seen this bottle twice, and I bought it both times. I ended up trading one of them away for something else. I don't remember what it was. It may have been my Blanton straight from the barrel. I don't remember. I'm so glad I kept one of them because once I tried it, I was I kind of regret trading it. These are so good. I really genuinely think that this is what people think Blanton's is going to taste like. And it's actually here in Rock Hill Farms. They're a little bit older, a little bit higher proof, still single barrel, still Mash Bill 2 from Buffalo Trace. If you've never tried one of these, they are hard to find, and I don't really know why, because Blanton's is not that hard to find anymore. Maybe they make a lot less of these. I don't know. This is one of those ones for me, I don't think it's worth crazy amounts of money on secondary, but I understand someone paying $250, $300 for it. For me at that point, it's might be worth it if you're going to keep the decanter bottle and, that whole kind of thing, but Maybe not, but I think that it is absolutely worth the money. And I do think there's $300 bourbons you could spend your money on that you would be way less happy at MSRP. So keep that in mind too. Try to track one down. Maybe get a sample from a friend or go to a bar that has it and see if you like it. Moving on to the next one. You know, a lot of people think of Buffalo Trace when they think of allocated bourbons, but the distillery to me that comes to mind when I think allocated bourbons and like releases that I just look forward to so much, it has to be Wild Turkey. Wild Turkey to me is just doing like absolutely stellar special releases. This is the Russell's Reserve Single Rick House Camp Nelson B from 2024. I have been nursing this bottle because I just don't want to pay $500 for another one. But I'm telling you, man, Wild Turkey's special releases, yes, they are ridiculously expensive. But every time I've bought one, I have felt completely justified in that purchase. I've never been let down from a Wild Turkey special release, except the Russell's Reserve 13. The batch 4 of that wasn't good. But the one from this past year was absolutely delicious, made my top 10 of the year. I did not get the single Rickhouse from last year. I tried, and the website kept crashing on me. And I've never seen one in person. So I'm hoping at some point I can stumble across one, or somebody will offer one as a trade, or something to that effect, because I really want to try it. And it's the only one of these I haven't tried yet. But Russell's Reserve single Rickhouse releases from Wild Turkey are absolutely ridiculous. This one's my favorite. I've tried all of them again, like I said, until the most recent one. But Camp Nelson B for me is just the one that stands out. It's absolutely delicious. And if you ever get a chance to buy one of these, or you find one at a liquor store or something, honestly, man, it's worth up to $400, $500. I hate saying it, but it's true. I absolutely adore this release, and I really hope one day that I get another one because I really like it. Moving on to the next one. And we'll stay with Wild Turkey right now for the Russell's Reserve 15. This was Bourbon of the Year for a lot of people the year it came out. I think this was 2024 as well. Huge fan of this bottle. Like, it's truly one of the best bourbons I've ever had. It's delicious. I love this one. This is another one. It's ridiculously expensive, but when you try it, you go like, yeah, I guess it's worth that. Now, I don't know what these are going for on secondary pages now, but at the time, I remember them going for like $500-$600. That's crazy. I mean, I understand it, but it's crazy. It's good. It's good. It's good. If you've never tried one of these again, try one maybe at a bar. Try one at a friend's house. See if you like it. This is another one for me, like the George T. Stagg. I think even if you don't love Wild Turkey, this 15 is just like so good. I don't think anyone can not like it. It's a really solid bourbon. If you ever see one of these out and about, do what you got to do to get it. Take out a second mortgage. Who cares? It's just money. Moving on to the next one. All right, one of my favorite bourbons of 2025, the Jim Beam Lineage. I mean, I've said 1,000 times. This thing is insane. I love the Jim Beam Lineage. I have 2 of these. $250. I got it at the Jim Beam distillery. I love everything about this bottle, man. I love it. It is the best Jim Beam product I think I've ever had. I'm a big Jim Beam fan now. I did not used to be. I never thought I would be a huge Jim Beam fan, but going to the distillery, trying some of their special releases at the distillery, and learning some history about the distillery, really made me a fan. And trying this and a few of the other things that I did try at the distillery that day when I was in Kentucky really helped me really appreciate Jim Beam as a brand. And I've love Knob Creek, love Old Granddad, all those things. So this is to me like the culmination of all of Jim Beam's hard work. This is an absolutely delicious bottle. I think it's the best thing I've ever had from Jim Beam, and I would love to try something that someone thought was better than this from Jim Beam, because I'd really like to see what that looks like. It's exceptional. If you can ever get your hands on one of these, and the coolest thing about this one to me is this is an allocated bottle, but I don't feel like these were that hard. Everybody that I know that wanted one got one. I mean, to be fair, we all were in Kentucky at the same time, so maybe that that probably helped. And we were local to the Kentucky Bourbon, and we were at the Kentucky Bourbon Festival at the time. So maybe that's part of it. Maybe they kind of just made it that easy. But they were. I mean, everyone that I know that wanted one of these got one. $250 for a special release. My only complaint is that it's 700 milliliters. Comes in a really beautiful box. I love everything about it. And what's inside is just absolutely special. I think it's a blend of 15 and 16 year, if I remember correctly. I forget. I feel like I'm right on that. But someone correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. I'm pretty sure it's 15, 16, and even maybe a 20 year. But these are insane. These are absolutely delicious. And this is, I think, batch 2 of it. And it's just unbelievable. So shout out to Jim Beam. They made a absolutely incredible bottle with this. Moving on to the next one. All right. This is up there with the king of allocated bourbons. This is William Larue Weller. Everything I said about the George T. Stagg carries over to this. I think this is a transcendent bourbon. I think even if you don't like bourbon, you could probably taste this and still go, wow, that's really good. You might not know why it's really good, but it is really solid. Again, part of the Buffalo Trace Antique Collection. These are very, very hard to find. I still am in shock that I have one of these. I can't believe it. I got got an insane refresh pool one time on the ABC Vault and was able to get one of these for $189. Again, I know, like I said at the beginning, I'm very lucky. And now I have this, and we drank this on our wedding day back in September. So I am very fortunate to have this, and it's one of the best allocated bottles. There's a reason this is a lot of people's favorite bourbon of all time. They are consistently good year to year, and like there's really no flaw here. So if you've never tried one of these, again, try it. They are absolutely delicious. Moving on to the next one. All right, we're going back to Wild Turkey for one more time. This is the Wild Turkey Beacon. This was a lot of people's bourbon of the year last year. It was in my top 10. I think it's really exceptional. And I do think, again, like I said with all the other ones from Wild Turkey, that yes, they are expensive, but every time I've had one, they have been outstanding. And this one is no exception. This bottle's ridiculous. It is so good. And the more I try it, the more I like it. And I think it's just one of the best bourbons that Wild Turkey's ever released. I think it's absolutely incredible. If you can get one of these, it drops or whatever, it's worth the time, it's worth the energy, it's worth the patience to sit there. However you get your allocated bottles, it's worth it. Moving on to the next one. Since this one's not a bourbon, if you don't want to count this on the list, that's fine. I have one more after this one. But this bottle needs to be talked about because not enough people talk about it. And I don't even know if a lot of people know about this bottle. This is a bottle of Canadian whiskey called Mr. Sam Tribute Whiskey. It is a tribute to a guy who helped something in Canada. Who cares? We just beat them in hockey. But this is, honest to God, one of the best whiskeys in my entire collection. When I first started getting into whiskey, these were like $3,200. And I remember going like, maybe one day I'll get one of these. One of my friends in Canada actually got their hands on this and got it for me. Again, I know I'm crazy lucky. It's ridiculous. If you don't know a ton about Mr. Sam, look up some of the reviews of it. I mean, like, truly, this is probably one of the best bottles in my entire collection. It's the top of the top. There's only a handful of whiskeys that I've ever had that are better than this. This one's not open yet because I'm saving this one for a special occasion. I think I know what that occasion is going to be, but we'll see. Again, transcendent. You don't like Canadian whiskey? I don't either. This thing's insane. You will like it, I promise you. If you like whiskey, you'll like this. I mean, like, there's not many things that I say that about. This is definitely one of them. It's just so perfect. And I haven't had it in a year or two now at this point, but I'm telling you, man, if you ever see a Mr. Sam, and it's less than $600, buy it. Moving on to the last one. All right, last one here. Couldn't do this video without talking about Still Austin Tanager Batch 1. I am still really hoping that I will find a way to get my hands on Batch 2. It's just one of those things, if you don't like Texas bourbon, I bet you'll still like this. It's a cigar blend. Nancy Fraley blended this one, came up with this blend. It's one of my favorite things I've ever had. I don't drink it ever because I'm so scared that I will never find another one. And I am still regretting to this day that I did not buy 5 of these because I had the opportunity to buy as many of these as I wanted. And had I known how good this was, I would go back in time and and right my wrong, because it's one of the best things I've ever drank. I mean, I love this bottle so much. Now, I am talking about Batch 1. I'm sure Batch 2 is amazing as well. I'm only talking about Batch 1 because I've only had Batch 1, so I can't vouch for something that I haven't had. But I would venture to guess it's probably really special. I got nothing else to say about this. I mean, I've talked about this ad nauseum. It's one of the best things in my collection. It's ridiculous. They are so incredibly good. You've got to try one of these. But comment down below. Let me know what allocated bottles you think someone should try. While you're down there, make sure you leave a like and subscribe because we are on the road to 10,000 subscribers and we are right there at just 1,000 to go. I'll see you guys on the next one. Until then, cheers. A big thank you to all the Patreon supporters you see on screen right now.